New storage features, a new region, and new capabilities for Vertex AI. That's just a sampling of what we're going to cover for GCP, so let's jump in. For Pluralsight, I'm David Tucker, and this is the September 2021 episode of Cloud Tracker for Google Cloud Platform. Let's dive right into our featured announcements for this month. First up, Google has announced new storage features that are focused on providing the protection that you need for your data when you're using cloud storage. First up, Google has announced some improvements to dual region buckets. In the near future, you'll be able to select specific regions for those buckets instead of relying only on the region pairs that Google has configured. In addition, Google is enabling turbo replication for dual region buckets, which makes sure that your data is replicated within 15 minutes between regions. And this also includes a service level agreement from Google. This gives you the ability to achieve a 15-minute RPO for data stored in your dual region buckets. Now, while those features are great, we're just getting started with the storage announcements. Google has also announced backup for GKE. This native GKE service provides an efficient way for you to back up your stateful workflows for your containers. And Google has also announced an additional feature for the file store service, File Store Enterprise, which is a cloud-native NFS solution. And this solution provides 4 nines of availability, and it also includes an SLA. Check out the links in the notes for all of these storage announcements. Next, we have some preview announcements that will help you get your existing data into the cloud. Google's Storage Transfer Service gives you a managed way to transfer your data from your data centers or even other cloud providers into GCP. Now, many of these transfers can be done without any custom code. However, what happens when you do want to write code to automate parts of this process? Well, this month, Google has announced a REST API for interacting with the service that covers creating a transfer job, querying your transfer jobs, and monitoring the progress of each job. Now, this is still just in preview, but you can test it out today. Next, if you need to transfer large amounts of data into GCP, you can leverage their transfer appliance. So you can load your data onto the appliance and then send it to Google. Now, this offline workflow is available today, but this month, Google also announced an online mode for the transfer appliance, which enables you to stream your data into the cloud as soon as it hits the appliance. Now, it's important to note that this also is just in preview, so you might want to leverage it only for testing for now. Now, as of this month, Google Cloud now has 28 regions with the launch of the Toronto region. Now, this is the second GCP region in Canada, with the first being in Montreal. Now, this launches with 3 zones, and it includes the core GCP services you would expect. They've also provided a bit of a hint in the announcement that they are going to be continuing to bring new products and services to Canada. And if you read between the lines a little bit, I think it's possible that a Western Canada region might come in the future. Next, we have several platform updates to get to for GCP. In the summer, we announced the new AI platform for GCP, Vertex AI, here on Cloud Tracker. Now, Google has continued to announce new capabilities to this service, and this month, Google added the ability to leverage private endpoints for inference on Vertex AI using Vertex predictions. And this gives you the ability to query your endpoint using your virtual network without the data ever traveling over the public internet. Next, one of the great features you can leverage with VPCs are the service controls that enable you to put some safety barriers in place at the network level to ensure the right data is traveling where it should go and nowhere else. Now, as of this month, you can now leverage this with Cloud Run, which gives you the ability to define a service perimeter to prevent common risks such as data exfiltration. Now, this is just another announcement in a long line of announcements this year where Google is helping you use Cloud Run securely. Next up, there is a big update for users of the PubSub service, and this is topic retention. So with this feature, retention was managed at the subscription level, and it was only available for acknowledged messages. But with this update, retention can now be handled at the topic level, and messages can be retained even if they were not acknowledged. According to Google, you can initialize new subscriptions with data retained by the topic, and any subscription can replay previously published messages. So if you ever, like me, have struggled with retention and replay with PubSub, this will likely resolve the problems with the majority of use cases. Check out the announcement for more details. Now, let's face it, CSV files are like the bad roommate you just can't get rid of, right? If you work with data, you'll pretty much have to work with them. Every system seems to have different tolerances for what it will and won't accept when it comes to CSV files. Google understands your pain, and they have now offered some configurability when it comes to CSV export from Cloud SQL. You can now specify the escape, quote, and new line characters, as well as field delimiters. With this, you can get the CSV file you need on export and not have to perform some large-scale find and replace or set and awk for you command line gurus. Check out the link in the documentation for more information on using this feature of Cloud SQL. This month, I have 2 learning resources from Google to help you grow your GCP skills. First up, we have the course Hybrid Cloud Infrastructure Foundations with Anthos from the Pluralsight library. And if you're just starting to evaluate your hybrid cloud plans, this is a great place to start, as it provides a great introduction to Anthos as a whole, followed by an overview of managing your hybrid clusters with GKE. It even dives in and provides an overview of service mesh. Now, this course from Google can help you get on the right path when it comes to the hybrid cloud and GCP. So what if you want to leverage Anthos on GKE and deploy it using Terraform? Well, this next resource will help you with just that. It is the first blog post in a series from Google that covers this very topic. Check out the link in the notes. Thank you for joining us for this month's Cloud Tracker for GCP. I'll see you next month to discuss what's new in the cloud here on Cloud Tracker.